From 1,300 control arm failures to over 3,600 suspension rebuilds, I've seen exactly what happens when drivers ignore tiny issues until they become a $3,000 nightmare. But relax, I'm about to show you the secrets your mechanic probably won't share. Tricks to make your suspension last a lifetime. Some cost as little as $14, others just need a flashlight and 5 spare minutes. So don't skip around, because if you miss the winter mistake even experienced drivers make, you could regret it for years. Let's jump in. Secret number 10. Keep rubber seals alive. Your suspension is engineered to last 50,000 to 100,000 miles, but the weak spots are always the rubber bits, bushings, seals, and boots. No matter how careful you are, age and weather will crack them eventually. But you can delay this. Pro mechanics use an old trick, AT205 Reseal, a polymer seal conditioner. It's usually added to engines to stop leaks, but you can use it externally too. Here's how. 1. Take off the wheel. 2. Pour AT205 into a spray bottle. 3. Mist it onto every rubber component. The power steering boot, CV axle boots, the strut tops, the torsion bar bushings, and control arm bushings. Both do this once or twice a year. It keeps rubber soft and flexible, preventing early cracks that cost big money. Eris, for example, replacing just 2 lower control arm bushings can easily run you $1,300 or more, and that's before labor on a luxury car. Reiterated, a few sprays and an hour of your time can save thousands. Secret number 9. Drive like you care. Driving like a rally driver is fun, until you see the repair bill. Tests show a coil spring on a rough road wears out in just 1,200 cycles, but on smooth pavement, over 19,000 cycles. In practical terms, if you hammer down rough roads daily, your springs might fail in 2 years instead of lasting 20 plus. When one spring goes, you should replace all 4. Expect at least $1,400 out of pocket. Rough roads also destroy your lower control arms. They survive just 3,500 cycles on rough terrain versus 11 million cycles on smooth roads. So, easy does it. If you don't have a $3,000 repair fund, chill out behind the wheel. Secret number 8. Clean out your trunk. Decades ago, every car came with a full-size spare. Now, less than half do. Manufacturers claim it's about fuel economy, which is partly true. Extra weight lowers MPG, but it also shortens suspension life. Heavy junk in the back compresses springs and shocks, limiting their range of motion until they sag and break. Extra weight equals faster bushing wear, poor handling, blown shocks, and more tire wear. So keep only what you truly need. Maybe a repair kit and a compact spare. Anything else, store it at home. Your wallet will thank you. Secret number 7. Never delay wheel alignments. About 70% of drivers think wheel alignments are a scam. As a result, over a third admit they skip it for months. Bad idea. Even a slight misalignment, just 2 millimeters, is enough to destroy your tires and put excess strain on your ball joints, tie rods, wheel bearings, and control arms. Left unchecked, this misalignment will throw your suspension geometry off, wreck struts and shocks, and cost you hundreds, even thousands in repairs. A proper alignment costs about $150, which is far cheaper than buying new tires and suspension parts every year. Pro tip: many tire shops offer free alignment checks during tire rotations or oil changes. Use them. Secret number 6. Protect your strut mounts. Most people don't even know strut mounts exist, but they're vital. They hold your struts in place and dampen vibration and noise. They're cheap, maybe $20 each, but when they fail, your struts can blow too. A full strut replacement runs $800 to $1,300 per axle, so keep the rubber in your strut mounts healthy. A quick trick: use that same AT205. Drizzle a bit around the edges to condition the rubber boot. Also, avoid deep potholes and curb hits. And never over-tighten the top nuts. Stick to your car's torque specs. Bonus tip: if your car makes clunking sounds only in cold weather, don't panic. Cold stiffens bushings temporarily. Once warm, the noise usually goes away. Secret number 5. Retorque your suspension bolts. Vibration loosens bolts over time, especially if you drive off-road. One study found unpaved road driving wears out suspension bolts 38% faster than normal. Loose bolts lead to worn bushings, cracked frames, alignment nightmares, and in extreme cases, suspension parts can detach completely. Pit crews know this. That's why NASCAR bolts get retorqued constantly. For everyday cars, it's simple. Every 5,000 to 8,000 miles, when you rotate your tires, ask the shop to retorque your suspension bolts. It's usually $50 to $100, and it's worth every penny. Secret number 4. Take care of your tires. Your tires are the first line of defense in your suspension system. They absorb road impacts before shocks do. Wrong tire pressure increases impact force by 35%, bouncing that shock into your struts, springs, and bushings. Mismatched tires, or using improper sizes for off-roading, can shorten shock absorber lifespan by 30%. Check your tire pressure monthly. The correct PSI is on your driver's door or owner's manual. Rotate your tires every 6,000 to 8,000 miles. Keep them balanced and aligned, and never cheap out on them. Secret number 3. Wash off road salt. Winter road salt and ocean air are suspension killers. Salt reacts with oxygen and moisture, causing corrosion, sometimes from the inside out. Even tiny rust spots on your struts, control arms, or subframe can spread quickly, leading to expensive replacements. If you live where roads are salted or near the sea, rinse your undercarriage every week in winter. A car wash with an undercarriage sprayer works, but a home pressure washer plus a simple water broom attachment can save you thousands. Replacing rusted suspension parts easily costs over $5,000. A $50 pressure washer? Best investment ever. Secret number 2. Always buy quality parts. When your suspension does need parts, don't cheap out. Sure, an aftermarket ball joint might cost $20 while an OEM one is $200. But that cheap joint often fits poorly, wears fast, and fails again taking other parts with it. Labor for suspension work is not cheap, so paying for repeat repairs means losing more money long term. Always replace parts in pairs, both front struts, both lower control arms, etc. If your ride feels lower than normal, you hear clunks, or the steering gets sloppy, get it inspected immediately. Don't wait until a $200 job turns into a $2,000 disaster. Bonus tip: ignore harmless rubber surface cracks. Dealers love to upsell you on these. Unless you hear noise or see a split bushing, small cracks are normal aging. Secret number 1. Check power steering fluid. Most drivers don't realize power steering fluid protects your suspension too. Tie rods, control arms, and knuckles rely on the steering system staying smooth. If the fluid runs low or gets dirty, steering becomes stiff, which adds force to your strut mounts and bushings, wearing them out faster. Check the fluid monthly. Make sure it's between the min and max and clean, not dark and gritty. Dirty fluid acts like liquid sandpaper, grinding down bearings and hoses at 1,400 psi. Replace it every 3 years or 50,000 miles, or more often if you drive on dirt roads. Bonus tip and call to action. Bonus: modern cars need rubber conditioners. Back in the day, suspensions had grease fittings. You'd just pump in fresh grease to keep joints smooth. Now, almost all new cars use sealed rubber joints riding on metal. No grease points. That's why rubber conditioners like AT205 matter more than ever. They're your only easy defense against premature wear. You've seen how to extend your suspension's life by decades, but did you know your car probably hides over $2,700 a year in sneaky costs? In my next video, I'll expose 11 hidden car problems that quietly drain your wallet and exactly how to stop them. Click here before your next repair blindsides you. If you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more real car hacks, not dealer upsells.